Hope you are drumming and living life and having fun. This is Chris Lesso. We're in the studio. I'm surrounded by practice pads here and we're having fun drumming. And this is an idea that always stuck with me that I learned from the mighty and awesome Jim Chapin, one of the great drum educators and artists and human beings in the drumming community and the world. He's an awesome person, and if you've ever met Jim, you would always remember meeting him. He always had his practice pad and he always wanted to share his knowledge with you. It was such enthusiasm and fire and passion. And if you've met Jim, or even if you can YouTube and Google him, you'll see what I mean. You'll feel it. And he would just hit you with he was just so full of history and information. And I was playing the other day and I was thinking about an idea that he had said, and it's so cool. Just like a book you're reading or a movie you've seen or something, when you rewatch it, sometimes you get new ideas and you experience it in a whole different way. So as I'm playing now, and I'm always growing and learning, and I'll remember these things that I've heard sometimes over 10, 15 years ago, sometimes longer, and I'm like, oh yeah, now I think I get it. And there's an old saying that says learning is remembering. So sometimes we're just remembering a concept and really getting it. Maybe we really understand it, or it might we might experience it in a new way from where we're at now. So sometimes it takes a while to really, like, you intellectually understand it, and then later you're like, oh, now I can apply it to this new place that I'm at now. So I understood this before, but it's even helping me get to a new level even now. So it's just something he used to say called always leave some squeeze left in your hands. I can't remember the exact way he said it, but always leave some squeeze left, or always have some squeeze left in your hands when you're playing. What does that mean? And sometimes when you hear, an expression like that, you're like, I have no idea what that means. So and sometimes it takes a while you gotta hear it a few times and maybe experience it. That's always the best way to learn, is actually living and experiencing something. So he used to say this great thing to his students, that when you are in that natural position, and remember, the root word of natural is, you guessed it, nature. So we always want to work with nature and not against. Bruce Lee always said, flow like water. Be like water, my friend. So I think it's a great metaphor for life, and also a great metaphor on the drums. So we get in that natural position. We're working with nature. We have our wrists working in a good way. Our shoulders are relaxed. Remember, tension is the enemy. So you want to be really loose, because that's where the true power is. It's coming from relaxation, relaxed intensity, relaxed intensity. So he had this great way of putting it, that when you're in that position, he said, imagine like you're holding two live birds in your hand. Isn't that cool? Two live birds in your hand that you're imagining that the sticks are. So if you squeeze the sticks too tight, the birds would escape, or sorry, you'd hurt the birds. And if you hold them too loose, the birds would escape. So just that right amount of having my hand around the stick, almost like I'm holding two live birds in my hand. So now as I play, if I just played like a single stroke roll, so as I do that, I'm never maxing out on my squeeze, so to speak. So if I did, and you can hear this, the tone of the sticks just kind of die. I hope you can hear that through the camera. If I'm playing very loose, you can actually hear the stick vibrating. So when I click them together, and if I squeeze it, and it's actually really neat, you can hear it on a floor. So I know you can't see the floor, but you'll be able to hear it. So open, close. So it's amazing the sound difference of opening your hands and closing your hands. So it becomes like almost like a resonance chamber. So when I click the sticks together, so I'm not squeezing it at all. It's very loose. I call it the twist test, so I can actually just twist that stick constantly. And if I squeeze it, I'm maxed out and the vibrations are dead. It's not vibrating anymore. It's not alive anymore. So think of you sitting behind a drum set. You're very loose. You're always got some squeeze left, as Jim said. And that means the stick is vibrating, and that means the vibrations will go out into the drum set, and it will create warm resonance and ironically a big powerful sound. So you're not really hitting, and you're not really, there's no tension there, which actually makes the instrument just resonate and sound more powerful, sound bigger. A bigger sound is a powerful sound. John Bonham really was the master of this. You watch him play, he's not really working that hard or looking like he's hitting the drums, but then you close your eyes and you listen, and the sound is just massive. So as I play, even if I'm playing fast. I'm trying to play fast and maybe even loud, but I've always got some squeeze left, as Jim said. I love that phrase. So I've never maxed out. I've never, right there, I've got no more squeeze left. I cannot apply any more pressure. I've pretty much maxed it. So as I play, now if I need to apply a little bit of pressure to get a double stroke. So if I just show you from the side here, so if I apply a bit of pressure to get 2 bounces, so 2 strokes for the price of 1. So if I just let it bounce, I get a lot of rebound, but I only need just 2. So I might say do some doubles and then go back to singles. So because I had a loose hand and I left some squeeze, I had a little bit of pressure to make those doubles, but then I went back to that looseness again. Or even if I add a few more single stroke rolls. So I'm adding a little bit of pressure, just enough to control the rebound, and then I'm going back to my natural position of that looseness there. So I apply a little bit of pressure when I need it, but then I go back. Now if I had started in that first position where there is no squeeze left, like right here, you can hear that deadness again. I've got nothing left, so if I try to double it, I can't even do it actually. Here it's not clear anymore. I've lost the clarity and the ability to even play that. And if I try to do it, and the effort went 10 times higher. It's actually a lot harder to do that, as you probably saw in my face there. And if I do it as single strokes, I got no squeeze left, and I kind of lose the ability to play. So remember, any tension is bad. You want to be loose, and you can control that resonance, and that's where the true power in drumming lies, is through the relaxation and the relaxed intensity. So have fun with that. Always leave some squeeze left. As Jim said, that's really played a lot in my mind and really helped me as I work on my drumming all the time. So have fun with that, and keep your drumming going daily and have fun in the process.